Okay, so I get this mystery package in the mail. It arrives at my door like not too long ago. I open it up and inside there's two things. There is a small cassette player and there's a cassette tape. And I'm like, what is this? I look at the cassette tape and on one side it's got a Steam key. And I recognize a Steam key from a mile away. On the other side, it says caution, unstable audio. And there's a bunch of like handwritten stuff on the cassette player. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this a working thing? And I turn it on, and it actually works. I play the tapes, it's like a bunch of weird noises. And I look closer at the cassette player, and it's actually, it says on there, small radios, big televisions. And then it hits me, I'm like, oh, I was looking at this game, and it turns out that they just sent people some of these cassette players as ways of like saying, hey, we've got this cool game coming out. Here's your Steam key. How cool is that? So this is a game, as I said, called Small Radios, Big Televisions. If you've never heard of it, I suggest you check it out. It's coming out on Steam and PS4 November 8th. And from the Steam description, I'll give you a quick explanation of what it is, and then we'll just jump right in. But basically, you descend into abandoned factories in search of lost cassette tapes that hold boundless virtual worlds. You explore, manipulate, and distort the tapes to make them reveal their secrets. You solve mechanical puzzles and map the winding halls of these empty monoliths. Will you be able to find the way out, or what has happened? And let me tell you, I'm recording this intro after I've recorded the actual video, because this game is really unique. And I think you guys would be doing yourselves a disservice if you don't give it a shot. It's really, the puzzles are unique, the approach is unique, there's some story and dialogue that I didn't expect, and yeah, so here we go. This is my first look at Small Radios, Big Televisions. This is what it drops you into. This is the abandoned factories that I was referencing earlier. And basically the way we get around is just by clicking on the doors in the areas that we're in. Sometimes there's vents, sometimes there's other things that we can interact with. But let's just jump in here. You can't look around the building until you've gained access to the area that grants you permission to get outside. So I'll kind of show you what I mean here. So we've gone inside. And we just get around by clicking on the doors that we have access to. Here we've got two doors. We'll go into the one with the red light first and see what this is all about. And you will find these tapes that are scattered around here. You'll also notice that there's art on the walls, and it kind of gives you like this feeling of people using these pictures to convey messages, almost like caveman style, but more futuristic, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing that well enough, but the art that you see on the walls seems to have a tangible impact on things. Now, we found that tape, we put it in the tape player that looks almost like the one that they sent me. And sometimes we'll find these little gems in here. And these are gonna be used in the future to grant us access to different areas. So we'll hold on to that. We now have this forest tape, and we can always revisit them later because they will change over time, and I'll show you how that happens when we get there. So let's carry on. We know now that we have a green gem, which you'll see here is needed to power certain things. So we just drag it in there, and now we have access to this larger door, which takes us outside. So now we can actually rotate this place. This is where we started. We came out through the garage door up top, and we're gonna go in through the door in the middle. Check this out. Okay, so let's press M to view the map. How this works is this actually builds out your map as you go through the rooms. So we started over on this side and kind of traversed around here, and now we're in where the green box is. So let's flip on the lights. You can see the work symbol, kind of like propaganda style. And there's doors that are sometimes hidden in darkness. And what I've seen is like anytime there's something like it's a dark area, you either need to figure out a way to illuminate it, or there's another way of accessing that area that you need to figure out at some point. So we do have another tape here. So this one's of a road. Notice we're in all these factories and we're finding these tapes of these outdoor locations. Oh, hello. Gotta be pretty quick. And some of them are super straightforward. Some of them you have to kind of look around. Some of them don't have anything at all. So, again, some art on the walls here. Looks like some of the support structures holding up the factories. I don't know if the color coding is important, but let's keep an eye on it. So we're all yellow so far. Just seeing if we can enter any of these vents. Doesn't look like it. Looks like a big pulley system. And then another lock that we're going to use the gem on. Let's head in. Okay, so we're back outside yet again. You can see this is the side that we were previously on. We've gone through that middle area, and now we're going down into this one. Okay, so we have a vent with some blood around it. Ominous, but something we should definitely check out. You can't go into all the vents, so when you can, it's advised that we do so. And we found this clear, it's like a translucent ball. Or a disc or something. It says, watch your back. So, one thing I've kind of been wondering is everything in here supposed to be found? Or are there secrets? Are there things that you can actually miss if you're not careful? I'm guessing that that is most likely the case. So, you'll notice here, all darkness, and then we have a door up here we can check out. If we flip this, it shines a light on these other two. And it says 010, which means you should probably... This is probably indicating 010, but that doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's alternate these, and there we go. Now we get access to the top door that was previously hidden in the dark. And there is another cassette in here. With a hand... See that hand that was gripping the wrench before? Now it's gripping a cassette tape up there. That's cool. And now we're going to the coast. So let's take a look around the coast. Is there anything? You can kind of like manipulate trees and things like that in certain tapes. But it doesn't look like this one has anything going on, as far as I can tell. So we're gonna exit the tape and we'll come back to this later. Okay, so let's head through here now. We've got a locked door here. Let's head down into the restricted access area, of course. And now you can see we've got this thing. And this, as far as I know, acts like a magnet. So if we click on it, we're gonna put all the tapes next to it. And this is gonna change the tapes a little bit. So if we take a look now, we can review tapes. So let's go to the coast, see what this is looking like. Like, look how different that is. Obviously, there's floating rocks and other things happening, but it's unlocked the access to get a gem from this tape as well. So it's going to be important to not only review the tapes when you get them, but also if you can find these magnets and you try to manipulate them a bit, that could change what you find within the tapes. So let's check out the forest again, and then we'll check the road as well before we move on. Like, you're kind of thinking to yourself, like, this is pretty trippy. Very whimsical now. And I'm yet to figure out if moving these trees does anything. I'm guessing in some, maybe you can find things that are hidden back there. That would be my guess, but... Anyways, not much happening in here other than just being weird. At least for now. Maybe we come back to this even more in the future. I'm not sure. And we'll go back to the road. We're just cruising through, same as we were before, but a little different, heading towards... I don't know even what you would call this. Looks like a giant kind of eye or something watching over us, but... Bizarre, right? Bizarre. And we don't seem to actually make forward progress. We're like moving in place in that one, so. Okay, so we've done this. You can see the red thing with the gem again, which I guess is indicating on this side, we have a door with a lock, which we already knew. But if we go through here, you'll notice that this, see how that's now linked? Like this was kind of hidden in darkness before. This door doesn't really help us because we can put the gem in from wherever. But the fact is you can see how where you enter and it like flips things around, it's all true to the actual specs of the building, which is something to try and keep track of when we're going through it, which is not easy. We do have the map, but there we go. So we've gone through the entire first building, and this is as much as I know. I wanted to try this and see where things would go. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna restart and show this to you guys because I think it's unique. I've personally never seen anything like this, and I want to see how complex the puzzles can do. So let's go. What is this now? I was thinking we would just go into another factory, but looks like a Hadron Collider mini version or something. Oh, this is the lens, or this is a lens. They never actually told me, Optimism, I guess, to give people a sense that things could get better, that somehow everything could be normal again one day. Whoa. I guess they didn't convince you. It was empty. There wasn't a person in sight. Whatever they were trying to do, they gave up fast. I don't know which one is us, but... So they were what? Trying to... something air? Supposedly filter the air, the water, anything they could do to keep the population from plummeting. So some type of, like, maybe a natural disaster happened, like worldwide. The worst part is I think the people working there believed it was possible. I mean, why else would you spend your life in a place like that? Maybe they just wanted to find purpose, feel like they were contributing. I don't know if we're aliens kind of looking over like a lost civilization. I just think they found something that was more compelling. So it sounds like there was like a natural disaster of some kind. Population was dwindling. People working in these factories were trying to figure out how to filter the water, filter the air so that to keep people living and like rebuild up the population. And if we are aliens, then we're coming back to look at this as like, what are these people doing? And it sounds like they've figured something else out through this, through these projects they were doing to filter the air and filter the water. So, okay, cool. So I had no idea that there was like a little story or anything. I thought it was going to be strictly puzzles. Okay, so now we are at a new factory. Little windsock on top. I don't know what this thing does. Let's go up top. Let's start there. Okay, caution, there's falls. Let's see where this leads. So we saw this on the outside, which I guess is mirrored on the inside. Looks like power or something. It's powering something. Rewind, unwind. Okay. Seems to be powering this screen, I guess. Which in turn is powering this thing, or unless this is like a sound readout. But I'm guessing by the way all these wires are connected that it is power. We've got... Oh, we can actually move this, it looks like. So we've got this gear that we can move. We've got a locked door. And this is connected from here, but it's not getting enough power to do anything. So let's see what happens if we turn this off and look out there again. You can see the power's drained from there. Oh. So now this side is powered. So you can see that this has to cap out to power whatever it is we need to power. And let's lock that in, and that actually opens the door. Cool. Now we do actually have other doors up top, but let's see this through and see where we get. Keep this area clear. Oh, we've got a tape in here. Okay, perfect. Arboretum? Not sure what that means. It's the way that you move in these tapes is different for each one as well. I can't really explain it, but each one feels unique. And like, yeah, it's so bizarre. It's cool though. Okay, I'm not seeing anything in here. So we must have to manipulate this at some point and then check it out once again. I like how that whole area is kept clear, but there's a giant stack of boxes right next to it. Okay, so we've been through here. Now, do we need to repower this at all? I guess we'll have to check, but let's see where this goes. Oh. Okay, so I can't move these ones. I can grab this. Whoa. I don't know if I had full control of that there. This is powering... What the heck? Okay. If I move that, it's gonna close that cover again. Now I can move this out. You can see a power line connected here that goes to this, but I can't move any of these ones. Can we move the original off? Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. We can. It's very sensitive. I'm not sure what's up there. It's so weird how you move this thing. Like, I'm just making super subtle movements with my mouse, and it is flying. I don't know if that's intended, but if we can get it to lock in there, I think we might be onto something. Because then we're powering that top thing. It's so weird how it moves. Oh, almost had it. Almost had it. Oh, look it. Okay, if I pull it further away, we can get a more strict line. Whoa. Okay, that control was very bizarre, but I like it. So every puzzle might even have not just different mechanics, but different ways of controlling it that you have to experiment with. This is a field. Nothing in the field, it looks like. Pretty straightforward. Whoa, what's that? Something moving across. Nothing we can interact with. So, cool. That gives us a couple of tapes now. Let's see where this goes. Now, hold on. We accessed this area. Okay, so from up top here. And I'm gonna guess... Oh no, this will be a different door. I thought maybe that would lead us inside, but or to that other door that we saw. Okay, so let's actually pull back a second. I'm just gonna try and stay organized in the areas that we're investigating. So the only other possible door is this one. And we just found magnets. All right. Before we use the magnets, let's just see where this goes. Okay, we're now getting into a whole other area. So let's go ahead and use the magnets. And let's check these tapes one more time. Let's go to the field first. This is so unique. I've never seen anything like this before. I've seen weird puzzles, but this is like a whole bunch of weirdness combined. Still nothing here. This kind of plays into my alien theory a little bit as to what happens when we manipulate these tapes, but it's electronics and magnets, so could be anything. That's cool. Nothing in there yet. Let's check the arboretum. I'm not saying that right. I don't even know what this is. Arboretum. Arboretum. Oh, there we go. Oh, we saw it. Once again, super weird how we interact in these places. It's like, I'm moving to the left right now. Now I'm moving to the right. It's kind of... It's not mirrored. I guess it is kind of mirrored. But that's not the same way that you interact in all the different locations, so... Okay, let's now go out here. We know that up here is where we could use a gem. Wasn't it? Oh, no, maybe not. Let's go back and find that area again. Is it up here? Yep. Okay. Let's use the gem here. See where this takes us. Ah, we're outside. Okay. So, we started here. And I guess this is just referencing where power is, which is kind of cool. So we've come up here. Oh, I feel like we should continue investigating that area. Yeah, let's go back in. I want to try and be thorough here to make sure we don't miss anything. We've got a door at the bottom that maybe eventually connects back outside. Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. So I think those all just interconnect. And now we'll head in through this one. See what's going on here. Magnets corrupt. You see these giant gears and stuff in the background? It's cool. Alright, let's follow door to door. We have more magnets. Now, can we remagnetize tapes? We can, but does that change anything is, I guess, the real question. Let's take a look at the Arboretum. Arboretum. I think it did change it again. But we don't see anything inside. What about the field now? The field I remember a lot clearer. So we'll know if it changed for sure. Oh yeah, totally. So you can magnetize them multiple times. I wonder if you can use the same one to magnetize them or if it's like a one-time deal. We'll have to check that out. Okay, so we've got another gem. I guess we could just try clicking there, but... Perfect, that actually gives us access to something. Let's try it. Let's go back to the field again. My guess is that each different magnet that we run across does the same thing to it, regardless of how many... maybe not. I've got this weird thing in the middle, like it's lifted up the fence. So weird. I also don't know if you can only get a maximum of one kind of gem out of each tape. That would kind of make the most sense to me, but... Okay, this looks the same now. Maybe they were the same. Okay, so through here we can use a gem. Let's just check this door real quick. More... What does this do? Looks like I could maybe find a cog to put on here. I can't do anything with it. Okay, let's head out. Go back in here. Use this to get the power to this door. This seems to take us down. Here, we've got another tape. Oh, and there's a cog. Perfect. Stream. Nice. Kind of like the road, so we should keep an eye out to see if we're gonna have a gem fly by us somehow. It's a really cool idea for a game, and I have no idea how somebody thought about this. This probably just loops. Yeah, it seems to loop. Okay. But if we magnetize it, there might be hope. We can just grab that. We know where we want to use this right away. I'm gonna try to keep the doors closed, so that we know, like, so we have a point of reference. Okay. See where this leads. Getting lower. So we need another gem, which we may be able to get if we magnetize that tape. Let's go back a step here before we go into new doors. And I guess it's up here because that door's locked. We haven't been in there yet. Magnets corrupt. Was it up here in this section? See, I guess this is where a lot of the challenge is going to come from, is mapping your way through here. Do we have... Let's check the map here, see if we can get a clear understanding. So it doesn't really tell us where the magnets are in here, as far as I can tell. But it is certainly super unique. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Oh, did I actually just skip right past here? I think I skipped right past here looking for it. That's not surprising. Let's go to the stream now. Movement's weird again. Doesn't seem like there's anything I can grab in here yet. Okay, so we'll have to keep looking. There's still a bunch of doors that we haven't opened, so I'll tell you what. I'm gonna stop here. I think this is a good demonstration of what the game is about. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something you think is cool? Like, in my opinion, it's super unique. I haven't seen anything like this done in the past. I like the idea that there's kind of this overarching question of, like, what really happened here and who are we and why are we investigating this place? That kind of freaks me out a little bit. And I'm intrigued. I kind of want to know, like, I love that there's some dialogue, and I'm guessing that that happens at the end of each factory, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this helps you, if you've heard of small radios, big televisions before, hopefully this helps you understand a little bit more about what it's about. It's available November 8th on Steam, so I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check that out if you want. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.